What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome to Early Access of Satisfactory. Been having a lot of fun playing this one live with Joe and Omni, and wanted to get a single player Let's Play started on a couple of the different areas. So of course we have the grass fields. That's what we had in beta, and what a lot of folks have been, or what most people have been playing, particularly through the beta. That's all we had. Then we've got the Rocky Desert, a barren, medium-sized area bordering the sea, mostly flat, limited biomass. Then we've got the Northern Forest, small but lush, mountainous area, surrounded by varied biomes, making building harder, but biomass a common resource. Now, I think eventually I'll probably end up doing a Let's Play on each of the different maps. However, let's get things started for this particular series in the Rocky Desert. Let's see, we'll just name this one Desert YouTube. Nope, not dessert. It's the desert. And we'll get things started. And I am going to skip the intro. We've all seen the landing intro a million times. If you haven't seen it, it is on the other playthroughs on the channel. So let's go ahead and just hop right to the ground there, and away we go.
Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of Akicha. I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations. Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding. First objective: please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a...
Alright, so the drop pod is dismantled. You have to dismantle the drop pod just to get the item you need to make your base. So to create your hub, you're going to need to dismantle that drop pod. And then we're just going to want to go through the rest of the dialogue here and open up both equipping a weapon
possesses minor healing properties,
and then also scanning the area. And of course we're looking for iron. Now I've popped into all the maps just to kind of check them out, to run in and just kind of cruise around and see what things were all about. And you know what, I'm thinking, even though this node is much closer, I'm thinking that over there is probably the area I want to start. Like I said, I'm vaguely familiar with the map, and I do know that there's an area with many pure iron nodes really close to each other, and I'm thinking it's that other side. Now, I am going to run over here and just look at these nodes and see, but I am thinking this is not the place I want to get started. So I'm going to just grab all these nuts. Going to try to avoid any of those little bulbous plants that you see straight ahead, as those can be quite irritating. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so yeah, this is a normal node. Like I said, I know that there's pure nodes here, and quite abundant pure nodes, so it seems kind of silly to not want to start right where a pure node is. So let's see, and it looks like it's going to be this way. Is that the closest? Yeah, this is the way. 700 meters away. It's not too terribly far. And I am assuming I'm going to get over there, and those are going to be pure nodes. I am going to need some of those husks, but I just don't want to kill all those little flyers right now. When you go to deal with those those little bulbous plants, quite a few baddies pop out and fly around and can be quite irritating. Although they're really easy to kill,
reveal coloring properties in
they are irritating.
Analysis required.
Let's see, let's grab all the bio. We got a little stream here, looks like. We'll just jump right across it, probably. Let's see. Yeah, we good there. And another little stream. Now, I remember there being a big lake, if this is the correct area. Big old space cow. Yeah, I'm definitely headed to the right spot. And there's my lake over there, right? Is that a lake? Yeah, it looks like a lake, so I believe this is it. This should be two pure nodes right next to each other here, and then two more pure nodes just like 150, 200 meters away. But let me check and see if this is indeed the spot. Let's see, there's one of those plants. I think I'm just going to have to deal with this one. Okay, so there is 2 nodes right here. Let's go ahead and deal with this one baddie plant here. They're going to pop, and here come the flyers. Like I said, they're really easy to kill. They're all 2 shots. But it's just, they can be really irritating, and they will follow you to the end of the earth, so it's not like you can really, you know, you can't ignore them. You got to deal with them. And they're quick. There we go. Alright, so those are dealt with. There should be a husk on the ground. Did I already snag it? No, it's laying over there. Of course, you don't want to kill anything without reaping the rewards, and that's the rewards. And as you see, we do have a pure iron node here.
This creature might shed light on how to defend yourself in the future. I recommend analysis.
I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little jump start here, since I kind of know what to do in the early stages of the game.
To complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop pod will be consumed.
Another pure node.
Ensure the hub.
Of course, they want me to make the hub. I'm just going to go ahead and knock these 2 pure nodes off. And then if this is the area where I think it is, there's going to be 2 more pure nodes just this way. And there we go, 200 meters. There's actually something else 400 meters that way, but this appears to be my spot. Is there going to be 2 pure nodes over here? Can't pass up on the free food here. Speaking of, my health is actually down a touch. Let's get that dealt with before we encounter this next group of baddies, as I'm sure there's going to be another one of those little baddie plants over here. Yeah, so we've got 2 nodes again. This is indeed the spot. Oh, we got one of these guys. These guys can be quite menacing and terrifying, and they've got like what seems to be like an almost aimbot type accuracy. But one thing you'll notice is you can just face tank them. So no bobbing and weaving and everything else required. Just tank it out. It's easy mode. There's plenty of the food laying around to get yourself healed back up. So no problem. And yup, another pure node. So this is kind of like the sweet spot. I mean, 4 pure nodes right here, just within a couple hundred meters of each other. It's without a doubt kind of the sweet spot. I am going to knock the caps off of all of these nodes here, and then go get my hub down. But now I've got a whole bunch of iron ore in my inventory, and that's going to instantly give me a little head start when I get the hub down, as I do want to skip through the tier 0 research just as fast as possible. And the quickest way to really do it is to not even worry about the automation yet, and just knock it out quickly with the crafting table, as the crafting table is extremely powerful, and you can get through tier 0 really, really quick. Now, although you can start automating really soon, I like to kind of start off my automation once I get to the point where I can mine, smelt, and create. When I can mine, smelt, and create, then I'm very, very happy with how I started. And let's see, I'm thinking right over in this little sandy clearing here might be a great spot for our hub. Let's see, how do we want it faced? Something like that, maybe? Let's give it a little bit of room up front. Oops. Let's see, let's try it right there. We can always sell it and replace. I like it, it looks good. It actually is a little bit close to the iron.
You have unlocked.
I mean, you want it to be close, but you don't want it to be right on top of.
Hub terminal.
It's actually not terrible.
Hub upgrade, storage and power. Note, the craft bench and hub terminal are essential for progression to...
Alright, so now we got a crafting bench and the hub terminal. This is where, of course, we will do all, or not all, but the majority of the game's major research. And as you see, we're starting off at tier 0. So I'm going to have to get these 5 hub upgrades in at tier 0 before I can unlock tier 1. Now, tier 1 is where I'm going to start automating, so let's just fly through this base level. Of course, hub upgrade 1, I'm going to get a smelter, crafting bench, workshop, some miscellaneous things. Most importantly, a portable miner, as that is what we're going to use to really get things going right away. So let's start off with hub upgrade number 1, and this is where I was talking about the crafting bench just being OP. You can craft from smelting to crafting items quicker than you can automate it anywhere. Now, obviously, if you have it automated, it's creating while you're off doing other things, and that makes that far superior. But as far as jumping, getting a quick head start into the game really early, the crafting bench is just extremely powerful. So let's go ahead and blaze through all of these ingots, and we're going to want to create 10 iron rods. Alright, we got our iron ingots smelted. Let's make a bunch of rods. We're going to need a bunch, so I'm just going to go ahead and knock a few of them out. That's more than enough to get things started, and let's get hub upgrade number 1 unlocked. And there we go. You see we've got a little storage box now. We've got new scannable resources, and in addition, we've got new blueprints. So we are going to be able now to do a crafting bench, an equipment workshop, a smelter. Now, we have a smelter, yet we don't have a miner. However, we can now go ahead and throw down an equipment workshop. We see to make one of those, it's going to require 6 plates, 6 rods. I've got the rods already. Let's go ahead and make up some plates real quick. That's more than enough to get us. And then let's go ahead and throw down our equipment workshop. And I think I want to put it right here, right next to, kind of attached, but not really attached. Something like that right there should get the job done for me. I like it. And then now we see if we come to the equipment workbench, we can make a replacement weapon if we so lose ours, but I don't have any intentions on losing my weapon now. More importantly, portable miners, which require plates, which we can make, and then wire and cable, which we can't yet make, as we do not have any copper. So let's take a look at getting some copper and looking at our next hub upgrade. And we see our next hub upgrade requires copper as well. So we're going to need the plates. We've got them. We're going to need some rods. We've got them, but we don't have the copper yet. So we do have a storage box here. Let's go ahead and take advantage of that and throw some of the things we aren't using right now into storage. I'm even going to throw those pistachios in there, the big blue pistachios. And let's go find us some copper. So if we take a quick scan, looks like the closest copper is going to be 250 meters this way. What was that one? That one's 500, 600 meters. All right, let's head this way and look. Now, I believe this copper is not going to be pure node. However, I think we will also get away with using it anyway. So let's go check it out and see exactly what quality it is. Why? It seems like the copper is always right up a hill. That's the funny thing. Maybe it's in my head, but it definitely seems like the copper is always just right up the hill. Oh yeah, and here we go. We got another baddie to kill up here. Just gonna face tank him and not worry about it. There we go. And then what do we have? All right, we have impure, which is absolutely terrible. However, I do think with the strength of this starting area with that iron there, I still think it's more than productive to make this our main base. As even though the copper is impure, it's not a huge deal. And you know what I'm going to do is grab even just a bit more copper before I have to run up here again. Now, I'm going to want to make a bunch of those portable miners and go drop them around on all of these nodes, really almost instantly. However, while I'm standing here, I'm going to just go ahead and hammer away and get myself a little bit more copper out of the deal before I run back down to the hub. Alright, I got myself 75 copper, not an absolute ton, but enough to give me a nice little head start. Let's see if we got anything else that's hanging out up here close. Nothing overly apparent. So let's head on back. As always, collecting all the leaves, flowers, all the biomass. We're going to be using all this stuff really, really soon. So I want to make sure that fuel is not an issue. I don't want to have to go out and collect fuel once I get to the point where I'm ready to start using it. So now we got a nice little bit of copper. We need to go ahead and get that copper smelted up as well. Alright, we've got our copper smelted, and we know for the next hub upgrade we're going to need 50 wire. So let's, first things first, let's get that 50 wire knocked out. Actually, we can just go ahead and make wire out of all of this copper, actually, because wire is kind of the starting point for really the majority, I think maybe even all of the copper-related crafting. For right now, anyway, for sure. So we've got our wire, let's pop that in, and hub upgrade number 2 is now complete. So we got another new scannable resources.
You have unlocked.
We'll go ahead and skip all that business, and let's go ahead and move on to hub upgrade number 3. Now here we're going to need some plates, we're going to need some reinforced plates, we're going to need some concrete, which means we need to start getting the limestone. Now, limestone was the scannable item that we just unlocked, but let's go ahead and select that milestone. And then I know that right now we're going to be needing lots of iron and lots of copper. So before we even really get moving any further, in fact, let me get myself healed up once again. Never hurts to remain at full health at all times. Let's clear up a little bit more inventory space again. And then we're going to want to check out the portable miners. So first things first, I do want to get these down. Let's see, it's five iron plates, 4 cable for each one. So let's spin up a whole bunch of iron plates here and see how many of these things we can end up getting built. There's a nice little chunk of cable, and how many does that actually get us? That actually gets us 9 of them, which is way more than we're going to use. So let's see, we've got copper, we've got limestone, and we've got iron. So let's just go ahead and make all 9 actually, and we'll throw down 3 per, which seems like a pretty darn good start to really get our mining kicked into gear. So now it'll just be a matter of running around to these portable miners, collecting the resource that is there, and then coming back and blasting through tier 0. So let's go ahead and get these miners set, and we'll get that work in progress. Let's see, we want to throw, what, 3 of them right over here on this iron. Let's throw it back on this one, that way we can leave them run for a while. Do we want 3 or do we want more? I think 3 is probably good. Well, you know what? Let's go 4 iron, actually. We'll throw 4 of them on the iron, just to make sure we've got plenty of iron crafting up. Now, we need to find out where the limestone is, and we know we can scan for that now. I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay, so right here, in between the copper and the iron. So kind of a perfect location. However, if I remember correctly, I think I saw a baddie over here that is going to need to be dealt with before pushing onward. Let's see. Oh, yep. Oh, 2 of them. 2 of the plants. That could be, I'm going to try to only get 1 of these plants at a time. I don't want to fight all these bugs at the same time. Looks like we may have gotten it. Oh, and they're not aggroing. What the heck? Oh, come on now. Nope, looks like we ended up getting the other one. Alright, we're just going to have to aggro everything and just go ham here. Actually, it appears those guys might actually be bugged a little bit or something. The bugs are bugged! They don't appear to be attacking. I'm sure they'll get their licks in here in a moment. Alright, so that one is dealt with. Now, it looks like these guys, the bugs are bugged indeed. Oh, that set them off. They were temporarily bugged, but they do not like getting zapped. Let's see, where are you guys at? There's one. Couldn't quite get him. There we go. So there should just be one more flying around here. Where the heck's he at? I'm not really sure. Well, let's collect up our 2 alien carapace. And then it looks like this is our limestone. Now this makes me wonder, am I going to be able to throw down a mining node or a miner on top of this? As this terrain seems really wonky over here. I guess that's something we will figure out as we get through. I may end up having to go and look for an alternate source of limestone. There's a little starter limestone. I'm going to grab just a couple more wax. And let's throw 2 of the portable miners on the limestone here to get it pumping. Did I not equip it? Apparently not. And then that leaves me 3 for the copper. Now the copper was right up this hill, correct? I believe so. We can give it a quick scan just to double check. Yep. Right up the hill here. So we'll come up here and drop the copper. And then now we've got it collection automated. Now obviously we still have to come up and actually pick it up. But no more hammering. Or chiseling, I should say. As we should be a good game here right now. Now I am going to let these pump for just a second. And then I'm going to fill my inventory on the way back. Going to follow the old don't go back with empty spots technique. And make sure I've got all of the iron, limestone, and copper I need as we're going here. That's not a ton. There's a couple pieces of copper anyway. Let me just snag the little bit that's here right now, as that is something. And then let's head over and grab the limestone. Then we'll head over and grab the iron. And then we'll head right back. Now there's another little limestone I can manually mine. That's probably going to have quite a bit of limestone in it. I'll leave it there for now. Nice and scenic. Yeah, this makes me wonder if I'm going to be able to... Oh, wow, they're full already. This makes me wonder if I'm going to be able to drop an automated miner on top of this with all these big boulders. We will find out soon enough, that is for certain. But let's head over and grab our iron now, and that will fill our inventory the rest of the way. But we're going to have a bunch of iron, we're going to have some copper, and we're going to have some limestone as well to get that concrete making. So let's grab all of that iron, and now we've got another long smelting task ahead of us. But we do want to get all this stuff smelted out. Need the limestone turned into concrete, and just grabbing any of the organic life on the way here. Let's see, let's drop all of that stuff off, and then now mining and smelting, and we've got a lot of it to do. Alright, we've got it all smelted out. We're making some iron plates here. We've got more than enough iron plates. As we see here, we need 10 more cable, or 5 more cable. So we're going to need a bunch more of that. So let me just make up a bunch of it here. And then I've got the concrete made already. We're just going to need some reinforced iron plates. So we've got the plates already. We're going to need some screws. And screws are made out of rods. We are in good shape there. So let's just pump out some screws. We'll get our reinforced iron plates made, and then we will have hub upgrade number 3 all completed. Let's see here. What are we missing? We've got that. We need that, and away we go. And new buildings, new parts. Player upgraded.
Congratulations. You have unlocked new buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the build menu and craft.
Alright, so we got new goodies to craft. We still don't have our main computer inside unlocked yet, but we can move right along to hub upgrade number 4. This is going to give us storage. This is going to give us a miner, which of course now we'll be able to mine and we'll be able to smelt. However, I'm still not going to do it yet, and I will show you all why here in just a moment. So let's go ahead and select that milestone, and I think we actually have enough resources just to complete this right now. Let's throw in what I've got here. Let's see, we need what, 15 more iron plates. That's kind of nice having another tier ready to go without making another run. Now we are going to be short on iron rods. Alright, so we are going to have to run back over to the iron quickly. We need 75 of those. And then we're going to need 20 cable as well. Let's knock that out real quick. There we go. So we've got all of that tier basically completed already. It's just a matter of running over and grabbing a tiny bit more iron. Of course, the portable miners are already full. I'm not going to bother running over to the others right now, even though I probably should, just as far as saving overall time. But let's grab this 400 iron and just run it right on back and get back to smelting and creating the rest of those rods needed to get this next hub upgrade 4 completed. Alright, so we've got our iron ingots all smelted up, and as you see, we only needed actually 7 more iron rods. I went on and smelted all those ingots just to get them knocked out. Well, let's go ahead and pump out a few iron rods, and hub upgrade 4 is now complete as well.
Congratulations.
Alright, now hub upgrade 4 means we've only got one more hub upgrade left. We're going to need 150 plates, 150 rods, 500 copper wire, and we will have tier 0 completely finished out. So let's go ahead and throw our concrete in there. Let's throw everything in there that we can right out of the gates. Alright, and then that kind of gives us an idea of what we need that's left. Let's see, we're going to need 131 more iron rods. Let's go ahead and make those, and that is actually going to leave me a little short on the iron to make all of the iron plates required. So let's go ahead and just get a couple hundred of these iron rods made, as we know we're going to be burning through all of those, and we're going to have to make one more run over to all of our portable miners to get this particular hub upgrade finished out. But this has got the rods. They're actually more than complete now. Let's go ahead and knock out all of the iron plates that we have available, and then that way we can see exactly what we have left. Of course, I'm going to need to make a ton more wire, and that's going to require a trip all the way over to the copper. And if I'm running all the way to the copper, of course, I might as well stop by the iron and the limestone on the way over and just pick it all up to avoid any further trips. So let's get all of these goods in there. We're good there. We're still short on the copper plates, or pardon me, the iron plates and the wire. Now, so we're going to need to make another resource run. So once again, let's free up as much of our inventory space as we can. I think I'm even going to throw those screws in there just to free up more openings. You know, I'm going to throw all that stuff in there. So let's go grab everything we got. We can stop by the iron last here. More nuts. More leaves. Never enough. Alright, so quick trip by the limestone. We're going to need lots and lots of concrete, so I'll actually probably end up even putting... I want to get the limestone mining squared away really, really quickly. So we got our limestone. Let's go grab that copper. And then, you know, a quick trip to the iron, and tier 0 research will be completely finalized. Now, we only have to do one research in tier 1 to get to a point where I personally am ready to start with the automation. Now, what I'm really looking for is a splitter, and we'll get why I want to wait for that splitter in next episode, but it's just really looking at building it properly right now, not having to go back and forth and rebuild or reroute. I'm trying to get all of that done as soon as possible. Next episode, we're going to be working on getting that smelting squared away, but for the rest of this episode, let's get finished up on tier 0, as hub upgrade 5 is yet to be completed. But we can indeed knock it out real quick. Let's see here. More iron. We got all the goodies. by all means, go, choose your own path in that regard. If you want to start automating the second you can, by all means, start automating. This is just, the crafting bench is just OP. It's super, super strong, so I figured, what the heck, let's just do it right out of the gates to get tier 0 knocked out just as quickly as possible. So let's get this stuff smelted out, and we'll get those iron plates and the copper wire we need to finish up Hub Upgrade 5. Alright, so we've got a bunch of rods made, a bunch of plates made, and a whole bunch of copper spun up. So let's go ahead and get this final tier all closed out. And upgrade tier 0 now, and Hub Upgrade 5 is indeed complete. Now I've got one more upgrade that I want to do prior to getting started. As you see now, tier 0 is all done. We're moved on to tier 1. And what I'm looking for is logistics and the conveyor splitter. So this is where I want to go next, without a doubt. As we see, I'm just short of being able to just achieve it right now. So I am going to have to make one more lap through everything to get it done. A couple things I do notice before I do that. Of course, we're going to want to free up space. However, my health is low. So let's get our health up a little bit. That will free up a little space there. And I've got a whole bunch of limestone that can be cycled into concrete, so let's go ahead and knock that out, and that will free up even more space. And that, of course, in turn will allow us to grab all of the stuff we can. And this will be the last run. I thought the last run was going to be the last run, but this will indeed be the last run over to all of the portable miners. So there we go. Let's take one more lap and get all this stuff. So we're going to grab it all. Grabbing the limestone, we're going to grab the copper, and we're going to grab the iron. Or that's limestone down there, isn't it? That's weird. Oh, wow. The Caterium ore is right here. Oh my gosh. This is what, when we get down the road, you're going to want to find this gold type ore. Because this is what we're going to be making our blade runners, which are a piece of equipment that will go into this slot here that will increase our run speed by 50% and increase our jump height. Holy crap, how lucky is that right there? That is just awesome. So let's grab all the limestone we got. I can't use it yet, so no point in me getting overly excited about the Caterium quite yet. But it is nice knowing that it's right there. So to be honest with you, a lot of the exploring aspect of the game in this playthrough is not really going to be needed. I am going to explore the map just for fun. However, the Caterium is one of the main things. One of the things that you would really want to explore and go after. A lot of the other stuff I'm going to be able to find here really close, and is not going to require running around the entire map to figure things out. Now, of course, as we get down the line and we get into coal and we get into oil, yeah, that's going to require some travel. Until we get to that point, though, there's really no need. Now, where the heck is the copper? Did I get disoriented? It should be right. I thought it was right up that hill. Let me just ping it here. Make life easy on myself. Oh, I'm already at the copper. Derp! I ran right up the hill. I ran right past it and didn't even realize I had already grabbed the copper. So I didn't grab the limestone, right? Wow, I'm just losing it. I had already grabbed the limestone too. Good gosh. Losing it. Too many of these runs, apparently. That's alright. This should be the last portable miner run, as this will close out what I need to really get things going here, and that is the mining. Now I'm going to let all these portable miners run, as until I need to get rid of them, there's just no reason not to have them there. Now I'm going to be taking away from them and using them to build the automated miners as we get that process running. However, we have got one more smelting session in order here. So let's go ahead and knock that out. Alright, so we've got everything we need all crafted up and good to go. Let's throw it all in there, and let's get this logistics tier all opened up, and this really sets us up for where we want to go. So next episode, we're going to get going right away on the smelting. I will include a reason why I kind of waited for all this, but basically it was 100% to get these conveyor splitters, as I want to make sure I'm building as optimally as I can right out of the gates. So going like 1-to-1 from a miner to a smelter when it's saving you a matter of a minute, or, you know, just a very small amount of time overall versus using the crafting bench, to me doesn't seem like the smartest thing to do. I want to be ready to go right out of the gates. However, we have got the first research tier done. Or pardon me, we've got the first milestone of the research tier done, and we're going to move on over to the next one, which I think is going to be personal storage. We'll get that started up next. And we should be able to knock that one out pretty darn quickly. However, that is going to do it for this episode, though. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And I will be back soon with more Satisfactory. You can count on that. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.